Hey guys, WWK here again, and I've got a new deck building video for you today. This time I'm going to be showcasing one of my oldest decks. There's not a lot of interesting strategy that goes into it, it's just a very quick and efficient deck. What I like about this one is if my aggro strategy doesn't work, it can change gears midway through the game and start playing control. So I call this one Bloodmist, just because when I play it I can just imagine, you know, this big army pressing forth and killing things, and blood mist is flying everywhere. So we've got, I always do that, show entire collection. We've got a Flame Dawn Verore deck. So our commanders are going to be one Candit, head researcher. She's got a lovely pair of glasses there. Love the way it's animated. Add her as commander. So she gives us access to Verore, but also because it's a aggro deck, the 2 extra cards she gives is also quite useful. Then we want Bromich, the field commander. He adds a bit of extra bite. And then finally Verore Death Worshipper. They're going to sit in command and hopefully soak up a few kills. A lot of people just kill them right from the get-go. That's fair enough as well. None of these commanders are vital to our deck. They're all just temporary buffs really. So he'll get in a few hits before he's killed. She'll draw cards when she comes into play and then die. And they'll probably draw a kill card early on in the game. That's fine. I don't have any extra copies of them in the deck. So we're going to start off with the Flame Dawn, our creatures. So we've got the Aerial Commando. Flying, some evasion, always good when you're trying to rush someone down. Then we've got Flame Dawn Aspirant. Normally with unlimited cards I go for 8. This time I've only gone 7 because it's a 41 card deck as it is. So then we've got 3 Footman, which is like the older, slower brother of the Aspirant. That's what they aspire to be. Then we've got the Knight, who's just badass and blasting some Warpath beast's face in. Hells yeah. Then my absolute favoritist card, the Paladin. He's so sexy, and I say that as a completely 100% straight guy. And finally Kali, who will redeem me when I say she's so sexy, but I only say that because her bodice reminds me of a nipple. Like, look at that, that just looks sus, doesn't it? And now that you've seen it, you'll never unsee it. So enjoy. You're welcome. I do have one issue with Kali, and that is I don't think she has any right to be that big. As Flame Dawn for 3, I'd want to see her maybe as a 5/2. Because I mean that ability also, compare that to a Warpath creature, like for instance one of many, which is meant to set the standard. Yeah, which is a 4/5 with no other abilities. That's just really powerful for Flame Dawn. Hopefully someone will look into that. Okay, so now we go to our abilities. That's all our creatures. So as you see, it's very cheap. The highest costing creature there I think was 3. Yep. So you're just spitting out pressure, putting it on. Now we're facing a lot of morale decks at the moment in the beta, which is decks designed to kill a lot of creatures and make you lose on morale. I found I was losing a lot to them, but this deck, if I play it a bit differently, I can use my own kill spells to basically do to them what they're trying to do to me. So it works quite well. So we've got 3 no, I only got 2 Assassinates. And then we go down to Verore, and we want the 3 Death Rays. And we want the 3 Lightning Blasts. And we want 3 Wrath of God. Oh, oops. 3 mass deaths. Now, if you are playing against a deck that you can aggro, these will all clear the path for you, make it all run smoothly. And what else we got? Hang on. 3 exhaust, 2 fiery resolve, and I'll speak about this one in a second. Oops. And finally 3 stumble. Okay, so when you're playing the deck, mass death, I'll go through this. Destroy all characters on the battlefield. Any characters you control that started the turn on the battlefield cannot be moved this turn. So this prevents you from playing the card, moving all your creatures back, and then wiping out your opponent's side and not yours. When you move your creatures back the turn before, it often signals to your opponent, watch out, mass death is coming, and if they're smart, they'll move back too. As a quick aside, if you are playing a smart player, you can then add to the bluff and move all your creatures back, even if you're not planning on mass deathing, to buy yourself a turn. It's quite fun bluffing with a bluff. But anyway, so as opposed to moving all your creatures back to try and save them from the mass death and signaling exactly what you're planning, a fiery resolve on your creature will give it target creature you control cannot die from a non-damage source this turn, so it'll give it a free shot straight through. Everything else is going to die, your creature will survive. So basically it turns all your creatures into little paladins. Alternatively, I've found if I have a Bromich or a Kali, my girlfriend's booping at me. If I have a Bromich or a Kali in play and I want a Wrath of God, I'll play an exhaust first and it will force them back, and because I played it first, it goes off before my mass death, and then the mass death will trigger, my creature will survive for the cost of exhausting it for a turn. But I mean, if I needed to play another one, it'd still be exhausted for a turn anyway. So these 2 spells can be used to save creatures. I guess also Stumble could be used for that purpose as well. But all in all, it's a nice quick little deck, and it has some flexibility as well if you need to switch gears mid-game. So yeah, I'll get on to making a video to show you how it works. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you next time.